We should be live here. Going live, and we're live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Detox Podcast, episode 263 to be exact. If you're new here and enjoy music, podcasts, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing. We've got a whole lot of that stuff going on around here. Connect with me at any of those links. My name is Darren, Rita. I'm your host, as always. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week, I got to talk to you guys a little bit about vacation time. It's the summertime. It's the perfect time of year to get away for a little bit, especially here in the Midwest where it is typically disgusting most of the year, either cold, wet, or just not great. We have like 2.5 months-ish of great weather, and that does not exclude today's sponsor, Alpine House 2, which is up in Iron River, Michigan. Let's be real, there's nothing better than a well-earned vacation. It feels good to get away from everything for just a bit and enjoy yourself. And like I said, there's no better place to do it than Alpine House 2. Alpine House 2 is a classic Swiss chalet duplex A-frame with a log cabin interior located directly across the street from Ski Brûlée Resort in Iron River, Michigan. When I say directly across, I mean like you could, the most unathletic person you've ever met in your life could throw a football and hit it. There was some sub-disses in there. But surrounded by forests, lakes, rivers, and Iron River specifically, Alpine House 2 is the destination for fishing, hunting, and hiking. And when it does eventually get cold, snowmobiling and stuff like that too. They just finished a whole bunch of renovations, and they were fully booked up last month as well as, I believe, this month. So if you want to get them set up, go to Airbnb.com. Look up Alpine House 2 up in Iron River, Michigan. Otherwise, you can go to @ALPINEHAUS2 on Instagram to stay up to date on renovations, bookings, and anything else. So you can reach out to them, tell them D-Rita Detox sent you, and they will set you guys up with a vacation. So shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, I'm pumped to be kicking with my guest this week. She's a server, a chef, some would say, and a mother. Let's give a wet detox welcome to Bertha Harris. She's
Hello,
in the
guys.
building.
Hello.
You're out here. We've been talking about this for a while.
I've been
Now you're
asking
here.
for a while. He's been denying me.
I've not been denying you, Bertha. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm excited to get into all of it. I introduced you as a server and a chef. You're one of my coworkers, and I know you've got a catering thing you're doing on the side. We'll get to that a little bit later.
All right.
But I'm curious because you being my coworker, I first started working with your sister.
Yep.
She actually trained me at the job I'm at right now.
I remember when she started. She said you were hot.
Yes, I heard about this story. Yes, I'm curious because you guys live together still, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I'm curious. How is that as two adults still living with your sibling? Because I grew up with my brother in the same room as me.
Well, so like I don't know. I guess it just looked. Considering the fact that we've always lived together, we never got married. I had kids. We've separated and not lived together.
Yeah.
But when you have a sibling that you're close to, you know, I've had places. Lundy moved in.
Yeah.
She came by default. You know.
Yeah.
I've had the same situation where I'm like, Lundy, I gotta get out of this house. I'm coming over there. Me and the kids coming. This is some black people shit.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Okay.
But with it being convenient and us, like, we live separate lives, like. So it's not hard to work with my sister and live with her because we've never really been apart for very long anyway. And we lost our brother, and it just made us closer. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
What kind of stuff like is what's the best part about living with a sibling as an adult?
There's nothing good about it.
No.
I
want to get into. I want to get into some of the bad.
You love being around your sibling because you know that they're okay.
Yeah.
But shit.
And there's a comfortability, I'm sure.
I guess that's it. I don't know. We're just, me and Lundy are different. Y'all know we're different.
Yeah.
Like she is, shit. She's really rough when she speaks to people. I'm not like that.
Yeah. She can
I
be
get sick of
very
it.
direct. Yeah.
And I'm like, I can deal with a lot of shit from a lot of people because she's my sister.
Yeah.
Sometimes, bitch.
Yeah,
I be wanting to fight.
What do you fight with a roommate that is also your sibling? Because I know
about
what do you fight about? Because my brother and I, it was mostly just like keeping the room clean, like.
No, so the dynamics of my sisterhood with Londi is I'm the little sister. I'm always gonna be the baby sister, and she treats me like I'm one of her kids. She doesn't have any.
Oh shit!
So if I want to go, like, this is real life shit. This is the shit she does. I say, we getting off work. You hear about me talking about going to eat and take shots down on 3rd Street. She will legit, I will be in my fucking car. Yeah. And she would legit get mad when I said I was going. And I'm like, I don't feel like going. And I said, well, bitch, go home. You don't have to go with me. I do. Because she going to be drinking. And I'm like, girl, I am 44 years old.
Yeah.
You need to calm the fuck down.
She's still got to keep an eye on you, though. It's that,
she doesn't.
It's that older
and that's
sibling
a choice.
mentality. Yeah.
But that's why, but she has an attitude about it. It's not like she's going out having a good time. She's going out with an attitude.
She
like
mean
somebody
mugging
is
you from
making,
the other side of the bar?
Yes. I'd be like, girl, go. You are a buzzkill. Go home.
Are you the youngest then?
I am. I'm the youngest of 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but she's the only one who treats me like that because she's always been the one right above me. And it's just like, girl, if you don't get out of my, I have 5 children.
Yeah. She got to let you know, power rankings, that she's one up on you.
She's loosened the range a little bit because, you know, I had to get on her ass a couple of times.
Who calls the shot? So I know this. Obviously the internet doesn't know this, but your sister doesn't have kids.
Mm-mm.
You do have kids.
Yep.
You guys live together.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine most of the kids stay with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How does that? Who's then head of the household? Because like technically, you and your kids then outnumber your sister.
Yeah,
so,
but Londi tries to pull the trump card because you know she's the older sister, and I'm like. Yeah. Girl, shut up and sit down. If I didn't have no fucking kids, I wouldn't give a fuck what you and these kids was doing.
Yeah.
I go about my goddamn business.
Yeah.
You do not have to be concerned. A lot of my life, I think that's the way that I felt. Like, girl, why do you give a fuck? Go if you don't leave this house and go, we don't have to live together. That's the thing. We don't have to live together.
Yeah.
It's always a situation where, like, she was supposed to be moving out. Yeah. And she just never did. Like, it's not always that situation, but you know, that's the situation. It's like, girl, when I come home, I'm like, girl, get out. Wow. It's only you. If I didn't have any children, I would be on top of the world right now. I would be Trump.
Damn.
I would be Trump.
It's low-key dissing the kids.
It is what it is. That's kids awesome. It's hard, especially when you're a single mom and you've done like a lot of the work. Most of the time I have a 20-year-old child and I have a 4-year-old child. Like I have a lot of children in between. And it's like, I've been doing this shit for 20 years.
Yeah. How many kids you got?
5. I have 5 sons, ages 20, 16, 15, 9, and 4.
5 sons too.
Yes.
All tearing it up, I imagine.
Absolutely. My youngest son, you know, cut the tip of his toe off. And
really?
You know, he did. And he didn't even cry. I cried.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
Like, I mean,
Jesus.
You know.
I'm curious. Okay, with having kids, then what's something? Especially you got all boys too. I'm sure they get into trouble every once in a while.
Yeah.
What's something that maybe your kids do that you, or what's something that you did when you were growing up that you wish your kids don't do, or if you caught your kids doing, you would be pissed about?
Sold drugs. I would be pissed.
You did that growing up?
I did for a long time.
What were you selling?
Everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I sold. I think it started off as weed. Lundy actually went to jail because she was hard-headed. She wouldn't get my weed out the car. She was using my car to go take this girl to the hospital. I was like, Lundy, get the ashtray out. Just take the ashtray in the house. I had a Delta 88.
Yeah.
Just remove the ashtray.
She
put
said,
it in
"No,
the house.
I'm the older sister. I don't gotta listen to you."
I got it. Yep, yeah. I got it. I got it. And the next thing I know, we lived in a small town. Next thing I know, the girl she's supposed to be taken to the hospital come running up the alley. Your sister's being arrested. They found the weed, and I'm like, "Well, bitch, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
why aren't you being arrested?"
Yeah, why aren't you? Damn, bro, she ran.
And I'm like, she was pregnant. She was taking her to. My sister was just dropping her off at the hospital, which was like 3 minutes from the house.
Yeah.
But she, you know, living in a small town, they'll pull you over for anything, a rolling stop. And they pulled her out the car for a fucking rolling stop to search the car. And I'm like, I told this bitch to take it out the car, but she couldn't because she couldn't listen to me.
Yeah.
It couldn't be that.
Because you little sis.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But your big sis ass went to jail for no reason.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
Jesus, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, at least you sound like you made peace with that.
Yeah, I did make peace with it. I made peace with it when I went to see it, get her out of jail. I was pissed. Yeah. Because then, bitch, all my weed is gone. Now I got to re-up.
Yeah. Oh,
like, this is not just about your jailing, bitch.
Yeah.
Being hard-headed and you lost my fucking money.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit. Car get impounded too, or did you pick up the car?
They let me take the car.
Oh, okay.
No. They did tow the car, and I had to go pick the car up from police station. It's not the same living in a small town. Everybody know. My boyfriend's dad was the chief of police. Like he's the fucking mayor of the city now.
So they just put your sister in just to prove a point. They were like, "Yo,
I mean,
you gotta listen to Bertha."
Like, I mean,
you gotta listen to Bertha.
I mean,
bro.
if you're gonna commit crimes, at least obey the law. Like, what? I mean,
if you're gonna commit crimes, obey the law.
So you won't be suspicious. I mean,
yeah.
I tell my kids, and I tell my son, my oldest son, is going to jail.
Yeah.
For some dumbass shit, and I told him it's him and 3 of his friends, and I'm like, one of you motherfuckers got to be the smart one.
That's the truth.
Like, somebody should have said, don't speed going to Fond du Lac and we're illegal. We got shit in the car. Like, somebody, and they were drunk.
You know, yeah.
Somebody in the crew should have been like, dog, you should probably slow down. Because, you know, we riding dirty and we want to get to the party so we can have a good time. We don't want to be suspect.
I have an engineering teacher that would say that you always got to be smart about your dumb shit. And you got to have that one friend that's just a little bit paranoid, has a little, you know, splash of anxiety maybe, that they're not going to let you do that shit. That was me with my friends. And they would always end up getting in trouble with drugs and shit whenever I wasn't there.
Yep, that was me. That was me. I'm nervous about everything.
Like, they can all do their shit. They're still doing the same type of things. When we're hanging out, like, we're still doing dumb shit with fireworks and people doing drugs. Doing
dumb shit, but be smart about doing your dumb shit.
You gotta think about it. You can't go driving on Highway 12 for, 30 miles with a taillight out on your way back from picking up. What are we doing?
Being stupid?
Yeah,
like who's raising you motherfuckers?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, take the other car.
Even though, like, I was raised the right way, quote unquote, it was still a lot of wrong people in my family. So I would have conversations with these people, and they were like, well, if you want to break the law, you should probably do it this way. And I had uncles who would pull me to the side and be like, you know, what you doing? What you out here doing in these streets? Yeah. Well, Unc, I did start selling heroin not too long ago.
Oh my God.
This is a new field for me.
Yeah, that's
like this is. Well, I mean, I know I gotta call my uncle. Sounds like I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I'm like, you know, you got those people in the family, like my kid's father joke about me being a pimp. I was not a pimp. I was not. I just drove a Cadillac.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
and
8 months pregnant, and I was selling weed out the car, and it was a lot of shit going on. I'm not pimping though. I'm just trying to fucking survive. But at the same time, like when you do things that you know you should not be doing, and you know there are people who did that shit before you. Yeah, I want to sit down and have a conversation with them and see how that shit went.
That's true.
And see what kind of things they got caught doing, so you won't get caught doing the same dumb shit.
That's a great point, actually. That's like.
I feel like as parents, you make the mistake so your kids don't have to. Yeah. Like you teach your kids, look, first of all, have you not been listening? Yeah. Like, you don't listen to the stories. I'm not telling you this shit to go through a fucking history lesson. Yeah. I'm telling you to teach you some shit. You're not listening.
You're basically describing the difference between book smarts and street smarts right here, right? It's you might have memorized some shit for that test, but like, I'm telling you exactly what happened to me. Yeah. I'm doing this, and I'm doing the same stuff you're trying to do now.
Yeah. Like,
for good or for worse. But let me at least take what happened to me, or take what happened to your uncle, whoever.
Yeah, and apply it to the way that you're. Like, I'm not telling you to go out here and live this life. Yeah. But at a certain age, your kids are going to make the decisions that they're making without you, without consulting with you. And when you see them doing things, you're going to teach them not to do the shit. But you're like, if you're going to do the dumb shit, don't do this. Like, I told my son like 2 weeks before he got arrested that was going to happen. Because of the way that they were moving. And I'm like, dog, like, we didn't got pulled over this many times. I said, nothing happens until it happens. Yeah. When it happens, it's happening for a reason. I see the way y'all move. Yeah, I see the shit that y'all do. Yeah. You're gonna get caught eventually, because there's no way in the world. No way in the world you're going to keep doing that shit and not run into no trouble.
Exactly.
Some type
you're
of
always
going
to be, you're adjacent to it at the very least. Yes. When you're doing stuff like that. Yes. That makes sense. That's great. That was phenomenal. I'm curious. So live with your sister. You've got kids. And I know that you be messing around. You told me when we were talking about what we're going to talk about on this podcast, you were like, I don't understand men, is what you told me. And I'm curious, do you still feel like you don't understand men?
I don't. It's a lot that I don't understand. It's a lot. Like, why are you guys so unfair?
What are we doing that's so unfair? I mean, besides like
doing what you want to do, and then when we do what you don't want us to do, even though it's the same shit you're doing. Yeah.
Like what? Like, for instance. Give me a for instance.
Just come out with it.
You know, being in a relationship with someone, right? Yeah. You in a relationship, right? Yeah. And first of all,
well, you've been in some.
I don't think I've been in some bullshit.
You've been in
lately.
Some weird relationships. Not with respectfully. I don't mean to say it meanly.
Hey man, listen, I'm not offended by a lot of shit.
Yeah, like
it's fucking weird.
You've been in some like would you say an open relationship? Would you call it that?
I mean, that's what it feels like. Yeah, it's an open relationship. Now, the word that a lot of men like to use to control the narrative of the situation, of the relationship, is polyamorous, right? Mm-hmm. And this is just personally what, I read.
What you've seen, yeah.
A polyamorous relationship is a relationship with an understanding between more than one person in the relationship. You have other people within this relationship, right?
Yeah.
If you believe in being polyamorous, it's not one-sided, because the definition is multiple relationships, not with men, not with women, but equal relationships. Like if you have a somebody who you checking out and you like her and you let me know about her. All right, what you like about the bitch? What's she bringing to the table? Like what are we gonna be able to build with this?
Is she gonna take the electric bill?
Like
maybe?
what? I mean, you know, can she watch the kids when I work sometimes? What are we doing?
Yeah.
But then if I find a guy who likes to pay my bills,
it can't go one way. That would be just Mormonism.
Yeah, and I'm like, so you don't believe in polyamory? You don't believe in that? That's not what you believe in. What you believe in is a man having more than one woman, and that's not what we talked about. Yeah. That's not the way that this situation is going. I also don't believe that. I believe being monogamous with a person is a choice in which you're like. Monogamy is what, by definition?
Being with one person, right?
But by definition, what is it? Like,
I don't know.
Is it sexual? Is it like just emotional, physical? Like, and who's really out here being monogamous? Yeah. Like, even if you don't think that you're cheating, according to what your perception of cheating is,
you guys gotta be on the same page.
And it's like, what is monogamy to you? Does it mean, like, okay, I'm only sleeping with you. I'm not sleeping with more than one person. It's only you. Yeah. But I can't have a friend. My friend can't really be my friend. No.
What is
My boyfriend, quote unquote, because I don't even know where we stand right now.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't want me to have male friends, but has fucked several girls since we've been together. I have a problem with use a condom, please. Can you do that? Can we just agree that if you're fucking?
What if you get someone else pregnant?
That shit happened, quote unquote, twice. One bitch lied. She just want to keep the dick, but she lied.
Oh, she lied.
She lied, and I told her, I was like, this bitch is obsessed. I don't think she's telling the truth, but let's just go along with it.
How did you know? How could you feel that? How could you sense it? This bitch is lying about this.
I think it was the road leading to the pregnancy. Oh, okay. Like, when a guy, some chicks do things to hold on to men.
Yeah. What do they do?
Fake fucking pregnancies is what they do. Like, so you see yourself losing someone, right? Yeah. And sometimes their grandma dies that you never knew. Yeah. You never knew her grandma. And she probably's already been dead. She just used the trump card because she's gonna leave her ass alone. Yeah. Right?
So, my grandma.
It doesn't matter. Oh, honey, I don't want to leave your ass while your grandma's dying. Fuck you. Let me talk to Granny. Let's see where she is. Let's see if we can pray for Granny and keep her going. I'm not staying with you because your grandmama dying. I'm sorry. Yeah. But
I'll send a card maybe.
But this is what's happening in relationships. People are, when they see someone pulling away, they try to pull trump cards, right?
Or they try real hard to latch. It's like when an animal is dying, right? They do everything they can at the last second.
Well, when humans are dying, we do, you see people doing things
to hold
like
on.
To hold on. You don't know what's gonna happen in that moment. Even people who commit suicide still, like my best friend hung herself, and I imagine the things that people talk about when they talk about people who hang themselves, because then their cuticles are peeled back and the blood from their cuticles sometimes is on whatever they use to kill themselves, which means they were struggling trying to get it off their neck. Not that they changed their mind, it's just a natural reaction, right? This bitch, all of a sudden, he stopped fucking with her like this. She answered the phone when I called one day, and I was very professional. And, hello, how are you? Yeah. Who is this? Oh, this is Bertha. I didn't say who is this because I don't give a fuck, bitch. I didn't call for you. I said, can I please speak to the person whose phone I called? Yeah. Is this still his phone? Yeah. Here. Bertha want to talk to you. When he gets on the phone, he's like, can I call you back? And I said, yeah, just don't take too long. Yeah. Because you need to explain why I just got questioned by now I knew the girl existed, but I know he was leaving her alone, and she just showed up at his job one day.
And it was because she said she was pregnant.
That's exactly when she told him she was pregnant.
Here's what I'm curious about. So you've been in this open relationship, we'll call it with air
quote
quotes.
unquote.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not fucking nobody else.
How does how does it work running into the other women? Is it
you don't really like? Okay, so he's very
very
protective
like compartmentalizing?
well, he has been in the past. Like since this bullshit with my guy came about, this is protection kind of has lifted a little bit, but he was very protective as far as like I don't go a whole lot of places and I don't do a lot of things. So this other chick that he was dealing with and the new girl that he's dealing with.
So how many he got?
Right now it's only 2 of us. Okay. And I don't even know if I'm a part of the bunch anymore. Yeah. But either way, we,
it's
whatever.
A lot of energy.
It you know what?
I'm gonna be honest. I know you were talking about men don't make any sense. I will say like women too, bro. Like
I get it.
Like it's a lot of energy to have like multiple people that you're entertaining.
It is.
Like
and my thing is I should never feel the energy from that. Like why am I involved in this? I don't have nothing to do with this. If you're dealing with someone else and they want to meet me and they want to chop it up, chit chat, I'm cool with that, bitch. I don't care. Like I'm not bothered by the fact.
Y'all ever get together, maybe all of you?
No,
at the same time?
Never. We never have because he doesn't choose the right chicks.
Oh.
They're possessive. And I'm like, we're not in a polyamorous relationship. You're just fucking 2 girls. Because she doesn't want to be a part of what we have, and you are making that okay. So, I mean, at this point, we're just 2 separate relationships. This is not polyamorous. This is just like the men of the old days when they had girlfriends and wives at the same time, had multiple families.
Different city, different chick.
Like, and their women knew it. Like, come on, you know the shit. Like, then I could be with my fucking friend then.
Yeah. What? Okay, I'm curious. Does he ever complain about one of the other chicks to you?
Yeah.
Does he vent about it? You let that fly? Would you?
I don't give a fuck.
And I tell him, I'm like, dog, listen, about the other
I don't care. And this is the thing. And I'm like, dude, like a lot of times I'm like, why are you being an asshole? This bitch brought you breakfast. Why the fuck are you? Treating her like she
turns
ain't
out
shit.
She's in the right. And
and I'm like,
now he's got to hear it from both.
And I'm like, dude, you mad because she brought you breakfast this way, but she came out of her she went out of her fucking way to bring you breakfast. Stop complaining. I hope you said thank you before you did all that complaining. Like the fuck, I'm still a woman. Like my I'm too old to be that emotionally invested in someone else's fucked up bullshit. Like if your bullshit is affecting me, that's different. If the bullshit you got going on with her is affecting our relationship, move the fuck around. I mean, and I've told him like, dog, listen, maybe you should take some time and see what this does, because I don't want to sit around and this bullshit is happening. This bitch calling you 20 times.
Is that when the flowers show up at work? Is when you
that's when. That's when.
Flowers show up at work.
That's
like
that
every
pull
once in a
away.
while, and I'm
he
like,
can't say he's pregnant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
What
he gives me flowers.
Yeah.
And buys me edible arrangements and shit.
Yeah, the edible arrangement did look good.
It was good. It was very tasty. I love those pineapples covered in chocolate. But that was for my birthday. And
That's
it was
a good
late.
move.
One of the bitches helped pay for it. I told him to tell that bitch thanks.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I did. He was like, yeah, Kaya picked that out. Oh, good job. Thanks, Kaya. Tell her I
wouldn't have
it.
told you that. That's crazy.
I mean,
how is it dating with kids? How is it having kids and dating? Because that could be a whole nother thing.
It's okay. So dating with kids probably wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have all boys.
Really?
Because my oldest son has friends. So let me just break this down real quick.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Having my male friend.
Yeah.
And he is very close to all of my family members.
Okay.
Having my boyfriend, first of all, my son was opposed to me having a boyfriend. Is this male friend
actually just a male friend, or is this a male friend that maybe an entanglement happened with at one point in time?
Nothing has ever transpired between me and this other guy. Like, we have been really good friends. I wouldn't say that it wouldn't happen. Yeah. Because who knows?
He's got enough going on where it could.
Well, I mean, who knows? I'm not gonna say. And if my guy watches this, cat's out the fucking bag.
You always gotta have a second option, right? Sometimes LeBron can't score all the points.
It's not even that. Like, if I could break it down like this, like this particular friend. Now, it's hard to find a guy when you have sons. Yeah. The age of my sons, who has best friends, who are like my sons. It's hard to have a guy come around and them not be overprotective, especially with the guys that approach me. They're young. The guys that approach me are young. So
how young?
Young, fucking young. Like
20s?
He's 29.
Oh, okay.
He's 29.
And your oldest is 20, right?
Yes.
So does he is he like big chested? Like when the guy comes in the door for the first time, he's like, "Oh, what's going on?"
No, because my kids have this laid back. I don't really give a fuck until I have to give a fuck type of attitude. Like
I could see that.
Now
I see where they get it. Yeah,
it's like, you know, all right, motherfucker. That's the attitude that he gets.
Okay.
All right, motherfucker. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And my son going about his business. Don't try to get too chummy.
Yeah.
Because I might have to do something to you one day, and I don't want to feel bad when I do it.
Yeah. Do they ever try to like? Do they retaliate for you? Is that what happens? A breakup
so
happens and you send the sons?
They would. I would never send my sons. But it's very hard to be a woman with children of that age and them not want to go after an individual for whatever. Hurting me. I could never cry to them one time about this individual, but they're looking at me and they know that I am affected because they're guys. They're guys and they fuck chicks up too. Yeah. They do bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They do shit they shouldn't do. So this particular friend that I have, though, is close to them. And because he's close to them and he did some bullshit that got me caught up in some bullshit.
Okay. Like he putting pressure on you and this other guy.
No, so God, it's been some things that's never really transpired between he and I, but it's always been something there. As far as like when you are a male friend of someone and you're female, like I'll use this as an example. I would ask him to do something for me before I would ask my man to. And it's not because I don't think my man would. I just know he would. Like this necklace.
He's just more reliable. He's trustworthy. He got you a necklace?
He gets me something for my birthday every year. We get each other things for our birthday.
What'd you get him?
For his birthday?
Yeah.
This year, I bought him a section at the club. It was like $400 or something.
Damn. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's less sentimental than a necklace, I'll say.
Well,
a necklace is sentimental.
He's also got me that, you know, the necklace that has the diamond in the middle. It's like a star around it or a heart around it, and it like twirls. Is it an infinity necklace or
I would probably only get that for somebody that I was fucking.
Well, I'm being honest. Like everybody around me thinks that we have and we have not.
Okay, but
we have not. Yeah. Now, is the love for each other there? Yes, it is. But when you have a friendship with someone that is really close, you don't necessarily want to fuck them. You might want to fuck them, but you don't want to cross that line. Like, you know, I would fuck them. I'm not going to lie. I would.
For sure.
But I haven't thus far.
Okay.
Will I?
Probably.
Probably.
Probably goes crazy.
Probably.
Okay, so I forgot where I was taking that. I had a mission I was on there. With dating with kids, right? Dating with kids. Have you ever felt like nervous to bring somebody home and the kids meet them?
We were together probably 6 months before he got a chance to come into my house.
Do boyfriends usually want to meet the kids?
It depends on the boyfriend. It depends on the person because, like, some individuals don't want you to meet their family members and be close to them because they don't know what's going to happen in the situation. That's my big thing. Like, that's the reason why I didn't really bring him around my kids a lot because I don't know if you're going to stay. I don't know if you're going to leave. I don't know how the situation is.
That's out of respect for them, right? You're like, I'm not going to make you get to know a whole new person and deal with them. And then it ends in 2 months.
I was single for 8 years.
Yeah.
So, the last motherfucker really fucked up. He fucked up. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to date myself for a little while. That little while turned into 8 years because I was complacent. I was happy by myself. I wasn't. Ironically, if me and my male friend, hadn't been into it about some bullshit he did at work, my guy wouldn't exist.
Yeah. Wow.
I wouldn't have ever given him my phone number.
Wow.
Like, I wouldn't have. But because we weren't communicating at the time, I was like, I think that's what also helped me to realize how deeply I felt for my friend.
Yeah.
Because I was like, shit, I would have never gave him my phone number if we weren't arguing.
Yeah. Wow.
I respected him. We worked together, so I respected him enough not to have other guys in my face at work.
Yeah. I respect that you kind of drew that boundary too with your kids. You know, you're like, I'm gonna you want to date people, that's cool, but you're like, I'm not gonna force them to get to know and like embrace a new person all the time. That's something that like my parents are separated, and I know like that has been kind of an interesting undertaking, especially with like my mom hasn't really dated much, but my dad's dated, and it's like. It's so there was a period where it was like a different person every few months, and it was just like my dad's an intense guy like myself, and like he wants to just like get right into like deeper conversations and shit. So sometimes I think he'll be dating somebody. He like right away wants us to all be super close with them, and I'm like, yo, that's just not how it works.
Yep.
So like, that's got to be earned, you know.
Yeah.
And that's I'm glad that you're doing it that way.
Yeah.
I think that
I just
they
couldn't
probably appreciate it.
I couldn't imagine like having kids whose fathers haven't always been present, you know.
Yeah.
And men being in and out of their lives, that's just not something I ever wanted my kids to think was okay to do.
Yeah.
Like you don't do that. You don't get close to someone's kids. The kids get to love you, and then you're gone, and then they don't see you again. Those kids had nothing to do with any of what went on in your relationship.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I think women start falling for a guy and then think that, you know, let's just see how the kids like him. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Like, let's see how he treats his mom first before we see how the kids like him.
Yeah, let's
like,
build the foundation first.
Let's see if he's, you know, if he's worth even sticking around. Like, people get dating so fucking wrong. Like,
yeah,
shit, we
definitely.
don't have to be exclusively together. Can I please see how it would be with several different people? I don't have to be sleeping with all these fucking people, but I'm definitely not going to be with children. I'm not knocking anybody who does, but
yeah,
you got to be mindful what you do and who you bring around your kids, because you never know what those individuals will do. Like, you can't trust every situation, so maybe try to get to trust it first before you.
Exactly. Learn to trust it. I think too, it's interesting. You have kids. Do you have kids all with like the same guy or different guys?
No, I do not.
Different guys?
Different guys.
How many baby daddies?
So let's get into my ghetto shit.
Okay.
So my oldest son and my third son have the same dad.
Whoa.
We were together. We
one.
were together, and I started dating a friend in between when, like, my kid's father got locked up.
I don't know if me and you use the word friend the same. You started dating a friend.
Well, we now like a male friend, like not a friend.
So so you had one, and then friend came in. And you had two.
I actually knew him longer. I dealt with him before, and we just became cool after. I wouldn't say a friend, but we became cool after.
What does dealt mean?
What's that?
What does dealt mean?
Dealt with? Oh yeah, dealt with him before.
We weren't in a relationship, but we were fucking.
Oh, okay.
So I've dealt with him before.
Thanks for the clarification.
And I don't mind clarifying. But I lived in California. We were, you know, I moved to California. He lived there. He's from Milwaukee, but he moved there or whatever. And we were just having sex. We were cool, just fucking.
How often you think? How
Many
many times a week?
Several.
Okay. That's good.
You
gotta keep the numbers up.
Pretty big dick.
Yeah.
It was fun.
So he was kid number 2.
He's kid number 2. So when I got pregnant with him, I actually found out that I was pregnant with Karsten the day that Cortland's dad got out of jail. He got out of prison. And me and...
It's a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh, my
He's
God.
Like, I'm out.
But it's not. That's not what happened, though.
I want to go back.
There was already things going on.
Yeah.
Like, he was a little different. He started doing things. Like, I always knew he was odd, my second son's father. But then he just started doing too much. And I was just like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
We argued the day I found out I was pregnant. And I'm like, okay, dude, just go home, chill out, blah, 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 blah. He went on about his way. Yeah. And then he called me 20 times. Whoa. And I kept answering, but I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to. Dude, I said, give me some time. You keep calling.
What's he calling you about?
Dude, because he didn't want to break up. And I didn't say we were going to break up. This shit right here is going to make me fucking break up with you. Like, hey.
You got his kid right now.
I was pregnant. Yeah, shit. Fuck it.
Why is he even thinking that? He just having a moment.
Because his moment turned into a lifetime. Oh, wow. It's over. Because I'm not trying to be mean, but
we gotta speak the truth.
Dude, listen. And me and my kid's father didn't get back together right away. Yeah. But he literally, and it may have been because of the pregnancy, because my emotions were all over the place at that time. But I turned my phone off after the 20th phone call, and I woke up in the morning and I turned my phone on, and as soon as my phone turned on, he was fucking calling.
Damn.
I was like, motherfucker, goddamn. You no more. This is over, bitch. I said, give me some time.
He took himself out, bro.
I'm like, dude, you cannot. You could. And then there were like 18 voicemails.
How old are you at this point?
I was 27-ish.
Okay, got you.
I was 27 at the time.
Yeah. So okay, so one. So we've got 1 through 3 because then the third one happened. We went back to the other guy. And
then I had 2 children by the devil.
By another same guy that was the last 2.
No, my last 2 kids' father. So
2 different
once
guys.
me and my oldest and my 20-year-old and my 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Their dad, I was together with him for a while.
Yeah.
And he's the one who wanted to be with me. I didn't say I wanted to be back with him.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't care. I love you and I want to be with you and all this shit. And I'm like, dude, I'm pregnant by somebody else.
Yeah.
Like,
but he was down.
He was like, it's all right.
Well, you got to think about it, though. If someone's already pregnant, you can't get them pregnant again. So you don't got to pull out for a few months at least.
We didn't have sex.
Oh.
The whole
I guess
time
that
I was
could
pregnant.
be weird, too. That is
that's how I felt. I was like, I'm not fucking you and I got someone else's kid in me. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
If you want to stick around for that, then sure, we can fuck after.
Yeah.
But
and he did.
Right now, it just feels...
He was determined.
Fucking
You got all these men so determined.
Because he got me pregnant right after. Karsten and Governor are 14 months apart.
Governor is a dope name.
Yeah, thanks. That was my dad's name.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Governor.
Yep.
Do British people like that?
I don't fucking know and I don't care.
You should bring him around some British people.
I probably should. I know a lot of people,
Governor?
like when people find this girl I used to work with named Jackie from like Red Robin.
Yeah.
As soon as she found out what I was naming my son, she was like, oh, the governor. The governor. She never called my baby regular governor. Hello, governor.
If I was in school with him, I would just every day I would just be like top of the morning. That's all. I would just top of the morning and I would walk by.
I don't really know how people respond to him, but
that's a sick name.
Like my dad's name was Governor, so my dad was named after his father. My dad didn't have any juniors, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give one of my kids my dad's name.
That's a dope name.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 4 baby daddies then.
3
baby daddies.
So
5 kids.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. What is baby daddy? What are the rules of being a baby daddy? Like, what makes someone a good baby daddy? Because you're single now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not with any of these guys anymore. But you probably still have at least some sort of relationship with them.
Yeah. Somewhat.
What makes someone a good baby daddy versus a bad baby daddy? Give me one thing
I think that being a good father, like no matter what's going on in the relationship between you and the individual who you have a child with, you don't bring that into the relationship that you have with your kids. Like my second son's father have always fought for him. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, it started off with anger because I got back with my other kid's father, but ultimately he was right to still, like, no matter how he felt about me, still try to be around his kid and talk. Like, Karsten started flying out to California to see his dad when he was 3. Damn. And his dad was here the entire time I was pregnant with Governor, like helping with Karsten. Like, he's a good dad. That make, like, when you, like, he wasn't doing it just to help me out. He was doing it because he knew it was a lot of things I wasn't going to be able to do with Karsten.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, I'm going to stay until your baby is however old or whatever.
Yeah.
And he did. And then, like, I started sending him out to California when he was 3. I think the first time Karsten went to California as an unaccompanied minor, he was 4.
Damn.
And his dad would come up to Milwaukee to see him. I would fly him out there to see his dad. Like, you know, we just would co-parent very well.
Yeah.
And no matter how we felt about each other, it wasn't about us. It was about our son. Yeah. But with my other kids' fathers, like, Courtney just wasn't a good dad. He just wasn't. He was selfish, and
His name is Courtney?
Courtney is the one who I was with. I was with him for like 6-7 years.
Oh, wow.
And that's where Governor and Cortland's dad. And he was super selfish. Like, and like I would call, like I didn't call to ask for a lot of shit when it came down to my kids. I would call and say, can Cortland get the pack of Pampers? Yeah. And he'd say he was bringing them, never brought them. I ended up having to get them my fucking self. And eventually it made me to stop asking.
Yeah.
So it made me, like, when we did get back together and he was doing so much better as a father and I got pregnant with Governor, he vanished on me when I was 3 months pregnant with Governor, and that was it. I didn't give a fuck. I changed my number. I moved. I was like, I don't give a fuck what this motherfucker does from here on out. He can call and talk to his kid whenever he wants to talk to him, but this is over. Like, I ain't dealing with this bullshit no more.
Yeah, I guess so. You'd say if you had to like boil it down, it would be being there for your kids and not taking out whatever is going on with the relationship on the kids. That would make you a good baby daddy.
Just because we are not, like, and we did not get along. Like, you could call and talk to your child whenever the fuck you want to. You and until they get of age, like, you know, you can talk to me. I don't have to, you know, it's never going to be, no, you cannot come get your child.
Yeah.
Okay, when you going to get them? Like, what time do you want to get them? How are we going to do this? Just let me know.
Co-parent, right? That's
like,
just as simple
I don't
as
give
like
a
communicate,
fuck.
right?
Like, as long as you're not putting my child in a compromising position because of whatever it is you got going on. Like, my other kid's father, my last 2 kids' father, he has my 9-year-old, but doesn't even fuck with my 4-year-old. It's like, you take away from the father that you were for Master when you start neglecting Bronx. Like, you're mad about the fact that I didn't want to fuck you no more, and you got married and you were having kids. Like, our oldest child, he's married to a woman. Master and his sister, they're 7 months apart. Okay. Master and the first child he had with his now
with
wife,
the other chick,
yes, are 7 months apart.
So he got you pregnant and got another chick pregnant within 7 months.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, and then I was having miscarriages by him, and in between the miscarriages, he was having babies with her, and I didn't know it. He was lying about it, and like down to the fact that
when you find out about that, what is your initial reaction? That's got to be visceral. I imagine.
It's horrible. Like, first of all, I dropped this motherfucker off at the hospital when the first baby was born. I dropped him off. We slept together. And then I dropped him off at the hospital. He told me that his friend had a car accident, and that's why he was going to the hospital.
You drove him to go be with his chick while she had a baby, and he told you it was his friend. Jesus.
Yeah. And then, like, one of the babies he has one son with her. And at that time, I was pregnant. I had a miscarriage. She had the baby. Every time she was pregnant, I was pregnant. Yeah. And I had miscarriages, and she had her babies. He even named one of her kids the name that our baby was supposed to have that I lost.
That's foul.
It is. That's why I say he's done everything a man could do wrong to a woman.
So that was the one you referred to as the devil.
Yeah. And then
that's a piece of shit.
The last kid they have together, I found out about while I was pregnant with our last kid together. And I'm like, you know what? This motherfucker is sick, and I'm sick of him. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do, dog. You can be in your child's life. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just don't want to deal with you no more.
Do you ever have them pull out?
Yeah. But actually, you know what? I was on birth control twice.
This dude don't know how to pull out, bro.
I had 2 kids on birth control. Pissed as shit.
All right, yeah.
Now, with Master...
I still pull out. She on birth control. I'm still pulling out.
Man, listen. I got my tubes tied because I was like, you know what? This is never going to work out for me. I'm done. I'm not doing this shit no more. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. Give me a hysterectomy. I asked for one. They wouldn't do it. Wow. And I'm like, I don't want this no more. Like, I thought I was done after I had my 3rd son. When I got pregnant with Master, I actually thought that I was in early stages of menopause.
Yeah.
I did not know I was pregnant. And then I had Master, and I had so many miscarriages, I planned on getting my tubes tied. And then I got hit by a car. And I couldn't walk for a while, and like, he was sick. Even I think about things like when I got hit and he was still trying to have sex with me and I was on a walker. And I'm like, I can't walk, motherfucker. What you want me to do? The fuck? I can't even bend my fucking legs.
This guy sounds like a freak, man.
And I'm like, dude, you're annoying as fuck. Yeah. But he had my son at the time. Like, he said I called him a bitch. I didn't. I said, I feel
you can't call him a bitch?
I didn't call him a bitch. What I said was,
look at you're dancing around calling him a bitch.
I was.
He is a bitch.
Around. Yeah, I was, and I was trying to be respectful. But I told him, I was like, I feel like the baby daddy, and you're the baby mama. Why do I have to fuck you to see my son? Because you have him with you after I got hit. Like, I fell on hard times, and you use that. Like, that's how I got pregnant with Bronx. And I was just like, when it happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be pregnant. I know I am.
So you came to see your other kid?
No, he would not bring him.
Unless that's what was going on.
Yes.
Wow.
So that particular time, I told him, I said, I'm going to be fucking pregnant. Because he didn't pull out. He didn't. And it was so spontaneous. It was like, almost like, and this sounds so bad, hurry up, get it out of the way so we can get this shit over with. Like, fuck. Yeah. You can leave me alone. But then when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, this motherfucker, I hate his guts. Yeah. Like, I'm pregnant. And this is some bullshit. I thought I was going to have a miscarriage.
His shooting percentage is crazy, though, if you think about it. Like, how many times... And the other chick, too. Like, that's...
So, altogether, he has 7 children now. He didn't have any when we met.
That's crazy. I got a homie that's got 11 or 13, so that's... He's getting there. He might by the time he's done. I don't give a fuck what he does.
I'm done.
Who knows?
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
That's...
and she doesn't know that my 4-year-old exists.
Have you ever gone to, like, therapy about this?
About which thing?
I think you need just some untangling of all this. This is craziness.
I think
like you are a very, like, when you present yourself, like, we work together, you're professional at work, like, you do your job, like, you're very this chill attitude, how you jokingly said, like, about your kids, like, I don't give a fuck until I have to give a fuck, right? Like, you're very laid back. There's some stuff going on behind that we gotta unpack, dude, because that's some bullshit that you had to be put through that.
Yeah,
and I mean it.
It is. It's some shit, and I mean, I just don't let it consume me anymore because it used to consume me, and I'm like, fuck all this shit.
How did you do that? How did you arrive at that? Were you just tired? You're just like, I'm just tired of it, or what was the?
Yeah.
It was just you just beat.
It's just
down.
like okay. Could I keep giving a fuck about this shit and keep letting it worry me and stress me? I could.
Yeah.
But what is that going to change the situation? I've taken my responsibility for my actions involving all of this shit. Like, I shouldn't have kept tolerating shit. I should have left shit a long time ago. Like, I should have stopped making these bad decisions in men, relationships, all of that shit. And I'm like, do I keep going? No, I don't keep going because I can't take this shit no more. Somebody's going to die. If I keep dealing with this shit, somebody's going to fucking die. Yeah. And I'm like, probably not going to be me. Because I'm the person that's sitting back tolerating all the bullshit and I'm letting this shit happen to myself. And I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this dumbass shit? Let me just stop. Yeah. Let me just stop, take a seat back and look at the situation. But, I mean, I already knew how this shit was going to turn out. And I think a lot of the background of me, like, dealing with the shit the way that I was. Yeah. Like, I was trying to do, and it sounds so stupid even saying it out loud, but that's where my mind was. Like, if I give him a little bit of attention, maybe he'll be around for his kids. Like, if I just let him have a conversation with me and talk to me, I can get more attention from my children. Like, he'll be okay. But that never happened. Yeah. It never happened. So
that puts you in a hard spot, dude.
Yeah. You know? But, I mean, eventually you're just like, you know what? I don't know if it would be the best having him as a father. He would do that shit to you in the first place. So how about you do that and I do this? Like,
yeah, that's not necessarily someone you want to be a role model to a kid, potentially. Yeah. So that makes sense, dude. That's and
eventually that's gonna be fucked up for him. His other kids gonna find out, like, dude, he's a wonderful father to his other kids, but he's not to my one child.
And that'll fuck up both kids doing that, because it'll fuck up, like, the one will be like, well, why? Like, they'll find out, like, oh, my dad is a piece of shit. Like, he's a villain to all these other people.
And you have daughters too. Your daughters are gonna look at you like, crazy. Dude, why the fuck would you do that?
And then the other kids, they get that he's not like that. The kind of stuff that can do to a kid is like they internalize, like, why am I not good enough for my dad to be around? And it has nothing to do with them. It's not their fault at all. And I hope that they know that, but, like, that's what's scary about it, you know? Is that, like,
a lot of guys like to blame women and say, well, your mom was this and your mom was that. I wish any of them would, like,
your mom was here.
And I've never, ever left.
That's what I'm saying.
And you know what? I never stopped you from being there either. So you can say what the fuck you want to say, but the kids eventually see it. So my oldest son feels the way he feels about his dad. Like, dog, you know, you try to make it seem mom would be tripping all the time, and my mom don't trip most of the time. Like, I see how she is. I know her. Yeah. Like, you tripping. And I see. Now, me and my other kid's father are close now. We're really close. Yeah. My oldest kids, Courtney, which is my oldest, Cortland, and Governor's dad. We're
1
cool.
and 3,
yeah, we're cool as hell. Like, we talk all the time about shit. We talk bullshit to each other. We're just cool. Yeah. But he started being a better father, like, to his kids, like, trying to be there more.
That's important. That's really all it comes down to. Is just being.
I told him, as long as you have time to repair your relationship with your kids.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You ever date a white guy?
Kind of, sort of, in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of, sort of, in a way.
What does a white guy got to do to get with Bertha?
I just got to be a real motherfucker. I don't know if I could do a lame motherfucking white boy. I don't know about that. You got to do.
If they were both lame, black guy, white guy, you'd lean black guy.
No, I'd rather be with a lame white guy. I don't
really?
Yeah. What did you lame for, boy? Get out of my fucking face. Yeah. If he's gonna be black, he's gonna have to be a little harder than me. You can't be. I don't expect a white dude to be harder than me. Yeah, like, I don't.
So okay, what does a white guy gotta have? What does he gotta have to get if a white guy's into black chicks? What's he gotta do?
Just be a man. Like,
why do you think a lot of black chicks aren't into white guys?
dick size.
Really?
Sorry.
You think that's what it is?
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
fair.
My niece would beg to differ. My niece named Carrington would beg to differ. She's like, TT, I've had some white guys
white
that
hogs.
was hung low. I was like,
Yeah.
well, bitch, where are their uncles? Swing them my way.
Yeah, get them over
like,
here, bro.
Shit, I can't do. I actually slept with a white dude named Tim. Shout out to Tim with the big dick.
Tim with the big dick.
Yeah,
Nice.
but he's not from here. He's from down by where I grew up.
Let's just dox him.
His dick was big. I said
Yeah.
I had never been with a white dude before, and he was like,
He said,
why?
all right.
He was like, why? And I was like, never heard anything good about your dick size, sir.
Mm.
So later on that night, like, he lived across the alley from my cousin.
Yeah.
And we were barbecuing that day.
Oh, so he was invited to the
He
barbecue.
wasn't invited to the barbecue. What he did was made up in his mind that he was going to prove me wrong.
He put gray sweatpants
He
on?
literally came and knocked on her fucking door. No. And told her to tell me to come to the door. I came to the door. He grabbed my hand and led me the way. And we fucked.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, shout out to Tim.
Yeah.
Shit.
Tim's a pimp.
I mean, Tim
Yeah.
could have got it again. I didn't want to do it again, but I was glad I knew. I was like, okay, motherfucker.
That's
Shit.
respect. That's respectable.
Yeah, but then the next white guy did some stupid shit. He wanted to be black, and I didn't like it. I didn't
What
like
you
it.
mean?
He wore a black condom, and it just threw me off.
Whoa.
I was like, dude, you just
Black
went too
condom, what do you
fucking
mean?
far.
Like the color?
Yeah, it was weird because he wanted to be too
Whoa.
black, and then he pulled a black condom out. It could have been just the only condom they had in the store, but it just made me feel
Ruined the
some type of
moment.
way. I was like, dog, listen.
Yo,
This ain't
that's
gonna
a
work
move.
out.
That's a crazy move.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
ain't gonna work out. You
Yeah.
want to be black too bad. You
Yeah.
gotta get out my
Wow.
face. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
Wow, that's crazy.
But you just gotta be who you are. I don't really
yeah.
like. I don't have. I have a preference when it comes down to.
race.
Yes, if I'm gonna,
You could just be honest.
I'm gonna deal with someone. It's
Yeah.
more than likely gonna be a black guy, but I wouldn't discriminate against a white guy if you approached me in the right way and you had
Yeah.
your shit. Like, can I take you out on a date? Like, I'm not a very high maintenance chick, right?
Yeah. What is okay? How would a white guy riz you up? What would they have to do? Like, what would be a date that Bertha would be excited about? That you'd be like,
I
this
like
is my style.
Going to the park. I like
going to the park.
picnics.
White people are into
I
that.
like glasses of wine. I like to just something simple, like something you chose to do that was simple, didn't cost a whole lot of money,
Yeah.
and just show me that like we can keep each other's attention, like without all of the like sitting and having a picnic in the park calls for conversation.
You gotta talk.
Yeah, you calls for conversation, so you can do a whole lot on a date like that, especially like starting off. You know.
Yeah. I think like I always joke with one of. What's that? Yeah, it is. I'm telling you, because that's a thing I always think is silly about dating is like people for a first date they go see a movie,
No.
right? Or you go to like a fancy dinner place where like the waiter, it's like 5-course meal. The waiter's coming up a million times talking to you. Like that's just a distraction. So we don't have to do this. It's like let's watch the movie. Oh, let's talk to the waiter. Or let's talk to the bartender. Da, 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 da.
Oh, I
It's
want
like,
to talk
nah.
to you.
So
I wanna
first
get to know
date, I
you.
want to see if this is anything.
Yeah,
If it's not, then we
cool.
good.
Like you know what I'm
whatever.
saying? Like
Yeah.
like
no,
you
that
got to
is
be able
game.
to capture my attention, like without just like I don't know. I just want to get to know a person. I'm not opposed to anything. Let's get to know each other.
What would you do if one of your sons brought home a white chick?
What's up, bitch? Like I don't know.
Do they
Shit,
ever?
I don't know. No, never. They never have. But that doesn't say that my son hasn't liked any. He has. Like Cortland is not.
Damn, you just
I
put
don't know if
Corey
Cortland's
just name dropped. Corey, that was Cortland. He's playing in the snow.
Cortland is more than likely governor will be the one who would probably bring a white chick home.
Yeah.
Cortland just doesn't like really ghetto chicks. Like it just bothers him a lot.
Yeah.
And I just could see him having a lame ass black chick.
What
Maybe
is a
not.
lame ass? What does that mean? What is a lame ass black chick?
There are some lame ass.
What
black
makes you
chicks
lame? Okay, what makes you lame? Tell me what makes you lame.
where you just don't know what the fuck to do with yourself. Like just hello, bitch, talk up. What are you talking about?
She
Hello.
nervous.
Maybe
She's nervous.
you
'cause
got black parents.
No.
Yeah, she.
Oh, she
bitch,
does. Yes, she
you
does.
got a black mama.
Yeah.
You got a black grandmama.
Well-
Somewhere in your history, you were not. Hello,
Maybe she's just.
speak up.
She cares about your opinion, so she's nervous. Because she's like,
being real is a real good way to go.
Okay.
Like fuck being nervous.
You
What
could
you
be
nervous
intimidated
about?
Too,
Like how? Like well, you know what?
Well, you know, I don't lead with like. So I do this podcast, right? It's a comedy show. We do a lot of dick jokes and dumb stuff on here. I wouldn't lead if I was meeting a girl's parents for the first time. I probably wouldn't lead with dick jokes when I was meeting her father.
Cool.
So I maybe would be a
white
little
guys
polite.
could do that though.
Yeah. Oh, so lame ass black chicks can't. They can't.
No, it's like
they better keep it real.
So you were first of all.
Yeah.
My son doesn't necessarily know how to talk to girls like that.
Oh, he doesn't got Riz?
No. So if he's talking to you, that means there was something that you gave to have him talk to you, because Cortland doesn't do that.
So you know that she approached him. So
girl,
you're like, come keep
so
that
stop
same
playing.
energy.
Stop playing. Don't play that shy shit with me. I don't like it. Like you.
Wow.
Cause I don't like that. Like
you get protective of your sons. It sounds like.
Yeah. Like if you gonna be who you are, be who you are. If who you are is not good enough, why the fuck are you around?
Damn.
Be who you are. Like I've none of the guys who I've dated, mother doesn't like me, but my last 2 kids' father. All the rest of them, we were always cool. Nope, he doesn't count. Don't count. But all the rest of plus the bitch is about my age. But
okay,
whatever. You shouldn't have started having kids young. Anyway. Yeah. Most of them like me. Not because I'm just this super likable girl. It's just like I was who I was from the time I met them.
They knew who you were right away.
Yeah, like you start asking me questions, we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to ask you some too. Yeah. Who raised this kid? Like, did you know he be doing this bullshit? Like, I keep that shit all the way a buck with me. Don't be fake. Like, I just want to know who you are from starters, because bitch, that's gonna affect your relationship.
Yeah, wow. I've never dated a black chick, but I don't know if I showed up the first day and just said hello and they were just like, "Get the fuck out of here." I'd be like,
it's not.
Man.
It's not even.
Like,
you probably would get fucked with like that. Like my family would fuck with you. They'd be like, "Who the fuck is this white boy?" Yeah. Like they would fuck with you, but they'd be cool. They wouldn't make you feel uncomfortable. But it's not that. It's just I know the dynamics of my son's situations.
It's a vibe check.
He's not the bold one.
You gotta, she's vibe checking him. Yeah, she's vibe checking him.
I'm just saying, like he's not the bold one. I know he's not. Yeah. Like I see how he talk to girls. Like,
is he flat? Like he just don't got it like that?
I mean, he may be progressing now, but I know this motherfucker. So I'll be looking. I'm like, dude, you are lame as fuck.
Oh
like,
my God.
But you know, it's just like I didn't raise my sons to be like street, and I think he's veering toward the street way. And I'm like, motherfucker, if you think that's gonna work, it's not. You're lame.
Damn.
Kendra calls him Malibu's most wanted.
Malibu's most wanted.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like you're the Malibu's most wanted of the crew. You are not about that life, sir.
Okay.
Just wasn't raised that way.
Yeah.
I mean, and
so he's a good kid.
He is. He's a pretty good kid. He does dumb shit, but he's still a pretty good kid.
Yeah. He just doesn't have. Yeah. He just doesn't have. He's not
game.
raising the chicks up like
he's
that.
He don't got no game. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He would beg to differ. He thinks he got all the game. He actually tried to. Boy, I had to tell you what to do the last time you tried to really do something. Talk to a girl.
How does he come? Does he come to you and ask?
He's like, Mom, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to say, and blah 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 blah.
And were you texting her?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I had.
Shit.
Yeah, and it worked.
That's crazy. Does he come back like, Mom, I got my dick sucked?
No.
But you know, with the way he's smiling when he comes home.
I know this one broad, like.
Damn, you hate these black
no,
women
I
that
just,
he
no,
is fucking hanging out with.
It's this. It's the thing.
Okay.
Like he's logged into he was until my phone got obliterated. What is the word? Obliterated.
Yeah.
He was logged into Instagram on my phone.
Dude, my little brother
that was
did this
the
on
dumbest shit
too.
in the world.
Yeah.
Because now you're messaging a girl who I'm receiving the messages, so I get to go in and see what this bitch is about.
What's she about?
How old is this? First of all, how old is the bitch? And where's that lingerie? Why is every other picture she is just half naked? And she like, girl, you should want a bitch that got some clothes on. Like everybody on the gram know what this bitch look like. They know what her ass do. Like you, like why the fuck do you want to be talking to this chick? So I know, and then she got her own house, and I know the area he be in is over by her house. He'll say he's going over whatever. He don't know I know the girl, know her information or whatever.
Damn.
I'm going over there. I know she's sucking dick.
Yeah.
Like
she got her own house.
That's
big time.
Bitch, if you dress like that on Instagram and you're talking to my son the way that you're talking to my son, you sucking dick. Like I don't.
It's okay though.
I don't give a fuck if you sucking dick, bitch. But Cortland, watch who you letting suck your dick. Like this girl is not it. Like,
what if he gets her pregnant?
Bad for her.
Do you get scared about that?
Am I scared of it? No, she should be.
Do you ever get stressed out that one of them is going to get somebody
pregnant?
I
do. It crosses my mind, and I'm like, you better watch what the fuck you doing. Wow. Like, cause you put not to say cause these bitches out here are stupid. They do dumb shit. They say dumb shit. They put their friends in their business a lot, and they do shit that causes friction in young men's lives sometimes. Yeah. And you get caught up in this. You may get caught up in a situation like that. All these motherfuckers ain't dodged bullets. Yeah. You may not dodge a fucking bullet, and you might get the wrong bitch pregnant, and then you got to deal with a whole bunch of bullshit because this broad is ratchet. Yeah. And you didn't listen.
You really do got. I mean, I think the biggest thing is you do got to pull out, man. Like people, it's like
how about just don't fuck?
You should. Yeah, you don't fuck them either. But if you're gonna just pull out, man,
or use a fucking condom.
Both. What all happened? Of them.
You pull out with a condom.
So many people. I'll be honest. I don't really fuck with condoms like that. I'm just pulling out.
Which is 90% of guys, sir.
I'm just pulling
that's
out.
why you keep bringing up pulling out.
I've been with the same girl for 7 years.
I don't give a fuck. Pre-cum will get you pregnant too.
But actually, I believe this is found out recently, right? So a lot of pre-cum doesn't have any sperm in it. It just is a self-lubricant. Sir? I mean, it depends on how long they've been pre-cumming. I don't know how long they're doing it, but I'm pretty sure.
Eventually, that pre-cum, some swimmers will get into that shit.
Sure.
That's just how women.
If she's on birth control, I'm not fucking with anybody that I don't know. So I don't hook up with people like that. So I guess it is different
random. Have I? Yes, but I'm not doing it no more.
Or put it in the butt,
I mean, that's a possibility.
That's a possibility.
Yeah. I mean,
right? Yeah.
You said what? What you say?
You can still get it if you put it in the butt, man.
You can still get pregnant?
Oh, no.
Mike, you can't get pregnant if I stick it in the butt.
Bro,
I was going to say, motherfucker, school me. What the fuck you talking about? I done been fucked in my ass several times.
Yeah.
Definitely worked out for me.
Yeah.
I spaced out on what you guys were talking about. I was too busy
there
trying
you go.
Funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just think I don't know, bro. The temptation is there, but you just can't be none. I know dudes that wear condoms, right? And they don't pull out because they wear a condom. I'm like, how often is a condom ripped? I've used condoms before. I did, right? But I've been with the same girl for a long time. We don't do that all the time. So I've used them before, and almost every time it rips. Maybe
Darren,
I'm putting them on wrong. I don't know. But it rips, and it's I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So, I'm just
Is she not lubed enough?
No, she's good. I'm taking care of business. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Listen, that's a misconception, too, because women aren't always dry because of the fact that the man is not doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Shit happens every now and then. Give us a fucking pass.
Give
yourself a pass.
On deck,
Well, yeah.
A little extra help is fine every once in a while.
I mean, if you're using condoms. You know what I can appreciate, though, nowadays? Mm-hmm. I can appreciate a guy letting you know that shit. Because men back then, they don't use condoms. Look. I want to fuck, but I don't want to. Yeah. Give me the fucking option.
I think it's different too.
I've had somebody take the condom off before. If I turn around and I'm just wait a minute, this feels a little different.
Slick. Yeah.
It's not funny though.
No, it's not.
What the fuck are you doing, you nasty motherfucker?
Yeah.
Give me a chance to tell you can stick that shit in me raw.
Yeah.
Don't have me thinking that we.
Well, so it's different. I guess I've only been with 3 people specifically. If I'm gonna be fully honest, I've only been with 3 people, and I've been with the same girl for a long time, right? So it's I don't have that experience of going out fucking people single. So I guess that's the difference of yes, if you're doing that, you should be using condoms, and I would say hopefully pulling out, because if you bust while you were using the condom, right? What if you pull out now? Well, you're done, right? So you pull it out and you realize now the condom ripped,
and then you're fucked.
It's
you got a fertile bitch like me pregnant.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Get the fuck out of here. Well, I mean,
what's your diet? Because we got to tell women to stop eating whatever you were eating.
Listen,
because
I don't have
we
a
don't want
specific
them all
anything.
getting pregnant.
And it's crazy because I didn't think I was gonna be able to have kids. I had a miscarriage when I was 19.
Yeah. And
I was with the same guy for a while, and I just wasn't getting pregnant.
So you were like, fuck it, it don't matter.
Yeah, I wasn't getting pregnant, and then I got pregnant. I had that miscarriage, and I was like, I didn't really think I could have kids.
Would you flex it? I knew this one chick that would say that she would hang out around friends of mine. She was trying to get them to fuck her, and she would be like, I can't get pregnant.
Hell no, I wouldn't do that because I wasn't taking a chance with my life. I wanted to still have fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, I was at 19, I was wilding the fuck out. I was doing a lot of shit. I was having fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to. I got pregnant at 19. I had the miscarriage, and I was like, I was sad about it because, it was just sad for me.
That's a sad thing.
But, bitch, back at it. Here I go again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least my fun don't got to stop all the way because I got this whining ass baby behind me. Yeah. Not to say anything bad about children, but I was 19 at the time.
19
I'm
crazy.
like, oh, shit. This shit just got real.
We got a couple people in the chat here, Bertha. Brian says, Big Berf, love you and miss you.
Oh, hey, Brian. I love you. I miss you, too.
I miss Brian, too, man. I miss that guy. Coco says her earrings are a sleigh. She loves
Well, thank you, Miss Coco. I wish you could have come and seen them in person.
I know. Yeah, Coco was almost here. Okay, all right. I'm curious. What's the most common argument you get into with a significant other? What's the most common thing you think is like?
I think jealousy and insecurity, like they kind of go hand in hand.
Are you a jealous person?
No, I'm not.
No. Are you an insecure person?
I could be insecure, but not about my relationship mainly, but about myself in the relationship. Like, not about like the situations that we deal with or thinking there's a woman out there that's better than me, because if that's how you feel, we shouldn't be together anyway.
Yeah.
But I feel insecure about things like when I don't feel like I'm handling my business the way that I should, not sexually, but just in general, like as a person in a relationship. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, you want to build in some way. At least I do.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm not handling my business the way that I should,
then you get insecure about that.
Yes, I do. I get insecure about that.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. So what are guys usually jealous about then with you? Is your homie friend?
I think that, yep.
Your male friend.
Yeah.
He's fucking it up.
Yeah. He's fucking it up.
He's a plant, dude.
But like I discussed with other people, like he really is my friend. Like, he is a go-to person for me. Like,
yeah, you were telling me about a situation. He like fixed your door not super long ago, and that got you in some trouble.
Well, no, the situation was my boyfriend wasn't fixing the door, and he told me to hang the phone up on that weak ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
he was like, hang the phone up on that weak ass motherfucker. He don't even take care of home.
And then he was working on the door. And then your boyfriend came over and was like, oh, it's time to fix the door.
Yeah. And it's just weird to me.
I mean, hey.
What's weird to me is the way men fucking think. Bro, because I wouldn't have thought that statement that my friend made.
It's not the statement, Bertha. It's who made the statement.
But either way, that doesn't matter.
That's pride. That's ego. He like,
as
why
a female, would that have been what you were thinking if your male friend said you're on the phone? First of all, tensions are already fucking high, and your male friend walks up while you're on the phone with your boyfriend. It's a drunk night, yes, which means your true emotions are showing, buddy. This is how you've been feeling about this motherfucker. Yeah, because you come over to my house a lot and you see that the door has been broken to the bathroom for a while, and you make the statement, "Who the fuck you on the phone with?" And I tell you I'm on the phone with my man, and you tell me to hang up on that soft ass motherfucker. He don't even take care of home. And my son said it. His friend said it. Was like, maybe he made that statement because the door in the bathroom been fixed for a while. I never brought that up to my man. I never brought it up to him. I never asked him why he made that statement. But when my man came over to fix the door, he brought it up as he was sitting at the table. He was like, don't say I don't take care of home. He was like, it's crazy because I didn't think about that shit until today, when I was over my homie's house and he was doing something with his door. And he was like, you fix your girl's door yet? He said that's the first thing that popped in his mind was, that's what the fuck that motherfucker was talking about. And I was like, what?
Hey, at least it worked. I'll tell you what, that's like the same thing. So I played basketball in college. I remember this one coach was trying to tell them in the middle of the game that I got no left hand. And so for the rest of the game, I went to my left hand every fucking time and scored on this bitch. And I was pointing at the coach every time. I would go left hand and score, and I go,
right.
Left hand. So that's what he just needed to tell him. He couldn't go left. He said, you know what? I'm going left today. I'm fixing the door today. Like, sometimes we need that as guys. We just want,
as a woman, like, we just think, we think differently. Like, men attack so many other things. We're emotional. We attack emotionally.
Yeah, you guys
y'all go too far. I'm like, just call this motherfucker soft and say he don't take care of home. Kind of sounds like we're fucking, buddy. Now.
Yeah, that would sound. It sounded like that to me when we were having this conversation.
I'm like, shoes on the other foot. I'm thinking we're fucking.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
It is.
What Okay, what's the thing aside from like people? We were kind of joking about like people get wrong about dating with like wanting to do movies or distract themselves and not do that. What do you think is like or what's the thing that frustrates you the most about dating currently in 2024 right now?
Men who pretend.
What do they pretend?
Like, say a man wants to take you on a date and he takes you on this extravagant date and doesn't really have the money to do so, but he's making it seem as if he does. Trying to woo you with money he doesn't have. It's like, why the fuck didn't you just take me somewhere cheap? Why didn't we just talk about this? Like, look, I got this going on, that going on, babe. I can't take you nowhere, but we can spend some time together. I can't take you
to an
extravagant place.
So if we go to Il Servo and we get $100 pasta, you're not going to be excited?
That's where I took my boyfriend for Sweetest Day.
Fire. Did you guys get the focaccia bread?
Yes.
That shit is so good, dude. That shit is so good. Shout out to Il Servo for that focaccia bread. It's so good.
Oh my God. It was so good.
But I'm saying, so if you get taken there, you're not excited?
Yeah.
You excited? Are you equally as excited if we're going to Red Robin?
Yes. I am.
Then that's what I'm saying.
I'm equally like there's nothing you like. First of all, everybody doesn't always have it. You may not like that. Doesn't mean you're not gonna get it, or you may not have had it at one point, and you hit a patch in your life where. Just be fucking honest about it. Yeah. Don't act like you got this shit and you don't.
Yeah, you got to think too from like, so a lot of men are prideful. This is how you got to speak to guys, right? If you can get bitches with no money,
man,
think about once you do get your bread up, where you're going to be at. That's what I'm saying. I've been broke a couple times in my life, but
like for real,
I was able to still get chicks. I knew guys that can't get chicks unless they have
money. But you look
money.
like the white Jesus, though. That's different, Darren.
Okay, I haven't always looked like white Jesus. I didn't always look like white Jesus. But I'm saying, so like sometimes, like if you're able to pull women without money, right? Then I feel like that's a different connection too, because that person's not just coming at you with that.
Somebody who's willing to build with you.
Yeah.
Somebody who's willing to go through the fire with you. Like you really, like you almost want to get with somebody when you're at that point and like where you're like
Chili's, like and have just as much fun as they'll serve. Like then,
man,
that's fire.
I could go to round one with a motherfucker. We have fun playing video games and shit. Yeah. You won't have a whole lot of money. Don't act like you have it, because we can always build. Like you can always get to. Like I'll encourage my man. Like I'll be back behind you, rooting you on. You tell me you want to do this, and I'm like, well, baby, do that shit. Like, what do I need to do to help you do that shit? Like, what do we need to do to build this for you? Like, do you need me to just be support in the background? You need me to do some footwork? What do you need me to do? Yeah. Like it just, I don't know. It just makes more sense for you to be authentic in the beginning. That way, you get a person's true self. Like, I don't want fake you. I want real you.
Yeah. Are you good at seeing through that, or is it hard sometimes?
Most of the time. Yeah. But then I call it out. I'd be like, motherfucker, you ain't got it like that. Stop playing. Yeah. Like, let's just go chill somewhere.
If you did that, then it's the primal instinct. I would have to double down and be like, no, I do.
No, don't lie to me. You know what? Because before you even said that shit, we've peeped some shit. Yeah. Like, it's not even about, like, there's one thing to be cheap.
Cheap is not cool. Like being a cheap person.
But I'm saying it's one thing to be cheap. Yeah. But it's one thing to not have it.
Yeah.
Because some people are wealthy and they're cheap.
Oh, we know well.
Yeah. They're wealthy and they're cheap.
Yeah.
But some people are acting like they are okay when they're not okay. And it's like, that's fucking okay. Just, are you working every day? Are you a bum sleeping on somebody's couch every day, smoking weed all day, and driving other people's cars? Or, like, what are you doing to put yourself in a better position?
Like, you don't got to flex for me to like I understand where you're at right now, and I'm not judging. I've been there. We've all been there, right? So it's like, just if you're about your shit and you're trying to build, I'd rather you not take another step back just so we can have a nice date.
No, don't do that.
Get your shit together. We're gonna have the best date in 2 years from now, 6 months from now, whenever whatever it is.
It's gonna be amazing eventually, but you gotta build to get there. Don't
vision.
Like, don't waste your time trying to impress me with monetary things. Like, show me who you are.
Yolanda says, should have known you were going to talk too much. Roy says, telling all my business.
Telling all my business, Roy. Don't nobody even know who you are. Calm down, Roy.
Okay, we talked about this. We talked about this a while back. You told me that you were going to do a podcast one day, and that you've wanted to. What would you name your podcast?
I don't know. I've struggled with that. Like,
okay, what's in the air? You have floating any ideas around, or?
I do. I have some ideas. Pretty Soul is what I would like.
Pretty Soul?
Yeah, like
That's
Pretty
cool.
Soul. Like, I think the soul of a person is very important, and I think that I have a pretty good soul. I think that I'm not trying to speak highly of myself or anything like that, but I don't usually have ill intent.
Yeah.
I don't have like malicious intent, even though people may think that. I don't. I'm like, if I'm telling you the truth, I'm just trying to tell you the truth, and I really don't mean no harm by it. Yeah. But I think that my intentions are always pure and I'm super empathetic for a lot of people, and I feel sorry. I cry when I see old people walking too slow. Yeah. Like, my soul is into a lot of shit, and I like, and my soul food. My business is called Sold Out. Yeah. And I just like to.
What are we gonna be doing with the catering? What are we gonna be doing with that? Because I know you've done some stuff already.
Yeah, I have. I've done a lot of things. Right now I'm just trying to get like all of the things that I need in order, like the legal portion of it. Like, I have my LLC, I have my EIN number, and all of the things that I need to start building the business. But there are things that I didn't know when it came down to the business side of it, because I did partner with someone, and they did the majority of the business work, and I cooked the food. Yeah. So now I'm learning how to navigate through fixing my pictures. Like, I'm not a perfectionist, but I'd like for my stuff to at least be professional and be, appeasing to the eye.
Why did you wanna do catering specifically?
Because I've always loved restaurant, cooking, prepping. All of that is therapy for me. It's a way for me to clear my mind. And I love the way people react and respond, not because I'm like, oh, toot my horn and say that my food is good. I like the way people express themselves when they are eating something that's really good.
Yeah, I saw. So I just I don't know if you ever seen the show The Bear on Hulu. It's a good cooking show, right? Did you watch the new season yet?
No, I just literally watched.
Started?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really good. And as it goes on, there's a scene. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a scene where a character, these like big chefs, are in a room. They're like talking about cooking and whatnot, and someone brings up the fact that it's like, people like a lot of the most important or most joyous like days of our lives are centered around food. So like that is part of the reason they love cooking for people and stuff like that. And I think I could definitely, from talking with you and obviously knowing you as long as I've known you now, it seems like you would enjoy that.
My slogan is, it's not just food, it's an experience. Like, it's like a lot of good times. Like, you think about Italian families and how they sit around and they have a lot surrounding the table. A lot of them are sitting around the table and they're just enjoying themselves. They used to call us the Black Brady Bunch because we ate dinner at the table every night at the same time. My mom cooked every night. Yeah. And it was when we were able to like sit and talk, laugh, and talk about our experiences in life together. Yeah. Some of the best times that I've ever had was sitting at that table with all of my siblings and my mom and dad.
What was a food that your mom or dad made best? Like, what was like your favorite thing that they made?
Goodness gracious, my mom could really cook. Let me see. What is my most favorite thing? Paprika chicken.
Paprika chicken.
Yes, that was one of my most favorite things that my mom cooked.
Why was it so good?
I don't know. My mom I think she loved cooking too. So she put a lot of herself into the food, like just the way that and cornbread.
Cornbread too. I'm never been a big fan of cornbread. I don't know if maybe I've had bad stuff.
You gotta have my cornbread. It's so good.
Right,
it's almost like you're eating and you're like, I probably shouldn't. This is a little too buttery. I probably shouldn't be eating this. Yeah. But I can't stop eating it. Yeah. But yeah, like paprika chicken was one of my favorite things that my mom cooked. It's simple. It was real simple, but hearty. Like, my mom would cook a big pot of it. Yeah. And just green beans. Ironically, yes, green beans was one of my favorite things that my mom would cook. Ironically, when you're poor, when you're young, you don't know that you're poor. If your family is your parent, you have parents like mine. We didn't know we were poor. We didn't know we didn't have no money. But ironically, green beans became one of my favorite things because sometimes that's all I could get from the food pantry. My mom would make them up really, really good. Yeah. And I didn't know it, and it made me sad when I got older when we talked about it. Struggles in life. My mom sometimes wouldn't eat any of the green beans. She would just drink the juice because she knew it wasn't enough for her kids to have enough if they had some. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's real.
It is.
That's real. What's your best dish that you make for your kids?
I would say
if I called Governor up right now, I was like, top of the morning, chicken. Governor. What does your mom cook? Jerk chicken.
Yeah, either my jerk chicken or my tortellini. A lot of people like the tortellini.
I fuck with tortellinis.
Man, And it's good, it is, but you make something so much for so fucking long, you get tired of making that shit. I can make the shit in my sleep. Yeah. So it's like people like my jerk chicken and my chicken tortellini.
Yeah. Do you do that stuff for catering? What kind of stuff do you do for catering then? Like
things like that. Yeah. Like I made depending on the person what they want or whatever, I'll do several different wing sauces. I like to make my own wing sauces. Oh yeah. I'd like to be a completely scratch made kitchen. I don't usually cook out of jars. Like I make my own spaghetti sauce, my own Alfredo sauce. Yeah. Like
takes time.
It does, but it's stress relief for me. It may not be the same prepping, cutting, and since I broke my finger, it's been kind of hard, but I can still do some things with my finger. But it's stress relief for me. Like I like.
It's peace. That's your peace is when you're cooking.
It is. That's where my most focused moments come from. Like I think about the best things in life when I'm cooking.
Do you make a good homemade mac and cheese?
I do, not baked mac and cheese, but like my black card gonna get snatched if I don't get it together soon.
Oh yeah, you gotta do baked.
I make good mac and cheese, but in the black community,
they like it baked.
You're like, bitch, you can't bake no mac and cheese. It took me a long time to learn how to cook rice.
Really?
I didn't know how to do it. I was like, this shit is harder than it seems.
Yeah.
It was fucking up. Dude, it was mushy.
I love some good mac and cheese. So what's are you? Okay, you used to work at a different place in Milwaukee. What I'm curious, like, what's some of the best food that you've tried at you've been a server for a while, right? What's some of the best food that you've had maybe in the city or around the city of Milwaukee?
I would say Rock Bottom has some really good food.
Oh, R.I.P. They're gone.
I know, but still, like, I make a version of
hell yeah
their crab artichoke dip with the crostinis. Yes, I make a version of it.
They had a crab artichoke dip.
Man, that was the best thing on the menu in my opinion. Damn. It was like Asiago cheese in it.
Asiago goes hard.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like it was so good. It's a lot of mayo, but it was really good. Yeah. But the best place I've ever worked that had like, I don't like burgers like that, like pizza burgers and stuff like that. I'm not a big like handheld type person. I like fork and knife food. Yeah. But Red Robin has some really good food.
Red Robin, that's what I'm saying. Red Robin, I'm telling you, like that tier of like chain restaurants are pretty solid. Like I fuck with Red Robin, Chili's, Applebee's. I mean, sometimes you go to one of them that's not great, but like most of the time,
touch and go.
Those places are pretty solid.
Yeah, like, Red Robin has always been like it's one of those places you don't want to go to too much because you don't want to ruin it. Like you do too much. I worked there and I never got tired of the food.
Really?
Like that was one place that I've worked that I was like, I could eat this shit every fucking day.
What does the general public not know about Red Robin? Give us some
sauce. They
are,
for a lot of people, like even my friend who I talk about a lot, my guy friend, he started at Red Robin. Like he started where he's a GM now, and he started his career path in restaurant, like management and all of that at Red Robin. Red Robin is restaurant boot camp.
Really?
Like if you want some good people, good seasoned people, the way that Red Robin trained us to be goes everywhere I go. Like like my niece Kendra, I started her as a server. Yeah. And she's followed a path of where she is because of the way that I was, and that was because of Red Robin. It's the best place I've ever worked in my life. Not to shit on my other restaurants that I've worked in. I've enjoyed myself. Yeah. But the way that they trained us was thorough. They were very thorough with their operations in general.
Yeah. That's important too. The service industry. That's a lot of people. If you've never been in the service industry, it is a tough thing to like get into. Like it's kind of different. It's just different than most other jobs. Like it's not like necessarily physically taxing all of the time, but like mentally and
it is.
The things you got to remember and people you got to deal with. That can be a lot. So.
Yeah, just like I got told that one of my tables didn't like black people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't give a fuck. I'm still gonna get your 25% tip.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna let my white server take care of you, my trainee take care of you.
Yeah, they really said that to you.
Still getting your fucking money, dog. You can not like me all y'all. Thanks.
Did they say it?
He told me that he was uncomfortable with me being his server. His mom had a lot of African people who worked for her on her estate, but he was uncomfortable with this situation. Oh, he was very professional the way that he presented it, which I say, hey, thumbs up to you, motherfucker. But
how can you be what is?
Hey, man, listen, I still got that money.
I'm gonna. Okay, this is gonna get clipped out of context, but I'm gonna try to pretend. I'm gonna try to pretend to say what he said. So he had to go. hey, miss.
You got to do the drawback. Like he was leaning like I was contagious.
He's like, you've been great so far.
He didn't give me a chance.
But we just, you just like said hello. He's like, all right, you've been great. But mom here, she's.
Well, he was by himself. He wasn't with mom.
Oh, he just
was
he
trying
pulled you aside to be like.
He was trying to explain to me, like, hey, bitch, this may not go the way that you think it's going to go because I don't necessarily like your kind. Like, it was just the way he laid it out real nice and smooth.
I've been saying this. Whenever I have my server friends on, I say something to this effect. I wish that there was you know how there's like Yelp and Google reviews? Mm-hmm. There should be reviews? The opposite for, like, we should get to review these motherfuckers.
Yeah, we should.
One time, this food critic was like apparently a big deal was coming in. And I had to deal with this guy for like 2 hours, and the owners are like being real nice. I'm chatting him up, trying to at least. He's got no fucking personality. Like one word, like yeah, thanks. Fucking weirdo. Fucking
weirdo.
Like looking at his fucking beer, like weird shit, and he's like eating, like taking like little bites of the food they give him. They comp his whole tab. Gives me like $3 for a tip, right? And like we're like sucking this guy off, and he's so fucking weird. I just wanted to leave a review like, you're a loser human being with no social cues, man. Yep. I'm happy you get to criticize food because if you didn't have that, you would have nothing.
And
I should get to leave that 0 stars.
Like for real. How about I criticize you?
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me come at your neck, bro. Like, dude, Jesus Christ. Could you imagine if regular jobs had reviews?
I think that one of your many hustles in your podcast should be dedicated to that shit. Service industry. Yes, you talk about these motherfuckers and let it be known. You don't have to say their names because we could say some of these bozos' names because we know who they are, but it's like, why the fuck would you come to my job, criticize everything about me, and you ain't shit?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I give you the best service in the world, and your cheap ass come in here and give me $3 every time your punk ass come in here. Yeah. You got an attitude every time you come. I still treat you nice.
I never understand. And my dad owned a restaurant for a long time, so like I couldn't stand people like love regulars, right? Mm-hmm. And there are a lot of great regulars. Mm-hmm. I, growing up in a restaurant, hated a lot of regulars because why are they coming in mad? Why did you come out today?
You don't have to be here.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody made you.
It's always blown my mind that it's like you come in here every week on this day of the week, and you just make it terrible for both of us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't have to be here, man.
Yeah.
I've never understood it, man, and it just that's always frustrated me. But yeah, maybe we should do.
Yeah, dedicate that to have a bunch of service staff come in and let them know. Like, you don't necessarily have to say what restaurant they work in, but you definitely give some examples of and there are a lot of people who listen who'll be like, shit, I did that. The fuck?
What's the worst? Okay, give me like maybe not even the worst ever, unless you know that off the top of your head, but maybe like the worst you can remember right now, thing that's happened to you as a server in the industry.
It's not really I don't think I was serving at the time. I was managing at the time, but it was working at B-Dubs, and
B-Dubs sucks too.
Man, listen, these people who would come in for these wing nights, and like I had a script, like. My servers had a script. They do the same thing. You're offered sauce to taste before you get that shit.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people come in and they want to try the sauces on their wings. When we tell you, well, you can try the sauces before you put them on your wings, but once you put them on your wings, it's non-refundable.
That's your
because
fucking wings
we've given
now.
You the option.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't give you the option, then yes, I will comp your bill because my server didn't do what they were supposed to do. I'll deal with them.
Yeah.
This lady came in there and tasted every sauce just about that we had. Yeah. Her and her fat ass son. Sorry, anybody who's offended by that.
Fuck them, bro.
But her and her fat ass son came in there, and typically we don't do these services. Like, we don't do catering wings inside the restaurant. You can get them for like Super Bowl, big parties you're having to go, but we don't allow people to come in
and order 70 wings, right?
Because first and foremost, you're gonna the kitchen is gonna get a little bit behind from your 70 fucking wings that you're ordering. Now, she ordered 2 orders of 40 with 4 different sauces with each one of them, and I'm like, bitch, so you want my kitchen to give you all of the sauces
on the whole menu,
like, and then complain about what you asked for? But I told her I couldn't do her all flats. I can't give you 80 flats, ma'am. The boxes are like you're gonna, because there's so many people out there who don't like drum meats. I'm a flat person,
Yeah.
but I don't go places and like, give me all flats.
Buffalo Wild Wings, bro.
You want me to give you 80 fucking flats, lady?
That's what I'm saying.
You know how many people like flats and don't like drummies?
Too, isn't
yes, and it's like you want all flats and no drummies, so you want me to have to open up cases of wings to do that because some people come in and they get 10 wings. I gotta pick out
all the other ones. Yeah.
If they get 10 wings, that's okay. It's only 10 fucking wings, right?
Yeah.
You want 80 of them. I'm not doing all flats, ma'am. I'm not.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a variety of wings. Sizes, bitch. I'm already doing sauces. I'm already doing my catering menu inside the restaurant for you and your fat ass son to sit down and eat. Yeah. I'm already doing that. I'm already allowing you to get all these different fucking sauces. Yeah. I am. I'm not doing all flats. Do you know this bitch complained, talking about her wings was too hard after she asked me to cook them for over 25 minutes? And I said, ma'am, if I cook them for 25 minutes, they're going to die in the fryer.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want them cooked no less than that. She complained. And I was like, you know what? Ma'am, the only thing I can do is give you like a 10% discount. I can give you a little bit of discount just to appease you.
She just wanted something off.
The bitch left out of the goddamn restaurant without paying any of her fucking bill.
Oh, shit.
And I'm pregnant, chasing this big bitch out the door, pissed, telling the other managers, go to the back, catch this bitch. I had already been tired of dealing with her.
Yeah.
Catch this bitch in the back.
Yeah.
Don't let this bitch leave. And she had a getaway driver because this was planned, bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
You got a man out there in a van waiting for you to get your fat ass in here and leave.
Leave with
them motherfuckers almost hit me with that car. I couldn't wait to report them to the police.
Yeah.
And I don't even do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, I took a picture of
her
license plate.
How many of those 80 wings did they take out? Most of them?
Yes.
Damn, they was.
Yes.
They were big.
Yes. And I'm like, her fat ass son ate almost 40 himself. And then Fatty in the car was waiting for the other half. And I'm like, ooh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst experiences I've had in restaurant is working at B-Dubs. Like that, like it was like seriously dealing with these people for like an hour and a half. And I was like, let's just go home.
It's a tough place, man.
Go home.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
That's terrible. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's so bizarre. That's hilarious. I can't stand when from the second an interaction starts with someone that they want a discount.
You already know.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, that's the price. Like I had someone not so long ago that was like, they sat down and they go, I can't believe these prices in Milwaukee. Are they all like this? And then I hand them the menu and they're like, oh my God, these menus are crazy. I'm like, yeah, well, just walk away. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do the whole price thing.
I mean, if you don't want to pay it, then you are more than welcome to maybe go home, cook some shit, eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Potbelly's is up the street.
That's what I'm saying. McDonald's is not far.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You choose. Like, you chose to bring your motherfucking ass in here and sit down and eat. Don't eat if you can't pay for it.
That's what, like, I've seen some people, like, especially you work in like a craft brewery or something like that, and people, they order a light beer and they're mad that it's $6. And I'm like, they're like, I can get Bud Light for $2.
Well, why do you take your ass
then go
to the
get
gas
Bud
station
Light, dipshit.
or to the liquor store?
This is better than Bud Light. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like, that's just you're at a craft brewery. That's like
me.
That's
I hate them sometimes.
That's like going to Onesto, going to a pasta place and being like, I could buy this shit at Target and it would cost me $6. I could feed 6 people. Well, go do that then, bro.
Because why are you even telling me that? I don't care.
Like I don't know it either. Like we had this one regular once. I told this story, so I won't do the whole thing on the podcast. But I had this regular at a job of mine where the price, it was an expensive place, and we had expensive wines, and he would always get like a big pour wine for him and his chick. And the owner one weekend, or between one weekend and the other, raised all the prices of everything like $1. And this guy comes in and he's like, are you fucking kidding me? 2 glasses of wine for this much? I could go buy a whole bottle of wine over at blank. And I'm like, then go fucking do that, man.
And why are you telling me? I don't
care. You're in the first mansion built in this fucking town. We can see the lake. You have a bocce court. You're not just paying for the fluid in the glass, bro. I'm wearing a tie. You're paying for all of that, bro.
The experience of it all. Like, shut up.
It's like, dude.
Stay your grouchy ass at home. I can't stand people sometimes.
I'm with you.
You had a choice.
Yeah.
You chose this route.
I would never force you.
Stay your punk ass at home.
Yeah.
Like, get out of my face.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Well, we're there, Bertha. We're about an hour and some change now. What
Okay.
Is there anything else we didn't get to today?
No, I just want y'all to anybody who knows me, who's listening and tuning in, anybody who does not.
Yeah.
Sold Out is coming soon. I'm almost done building the website.
Spell that? How will we spell that?
It's ghetto because somebody took my name.
That's
but
cool.
SOULEDOUTT.
Okay.
And you can reach me at gmail.com. Sold Out catering at gmail.com.
Yeah.
So if you have any like small events you want and you want to book any events, like I do tastings, like if you want to build a menu, I customize menus. But I always prefer to do tastings so you can know what my food is like before you get it. And then you can also see my presentations is a lot of how you sell food. So you know,
that's good. That's clutch. I mean, definitely check that out, especially, and you said it's at Gmail. They can email that. Gmail's active right now, right? Okay, cool. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you making the time, Bertha, to come on.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm
glad
happy to have you on. I'm happy we did it. We got into a lot. We got into a lot today.
We uncovered a lot. Darren thinks I need counseling, but you know,
that's okay. I do too.
Who doesn't?
I do too. I got an appointment on Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. But now I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in live today, as well as those that are going to be listening days after here on YouTube or over on Spotify. I want to say a quick shout out to our patrons. They should be up on the screen right now. Shout out to all you guys. If you're interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra podcasts, extra videos, as well as a series where I break down how I mix, master, write, record every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com/Darren Rita. You can help support the channel for as little as $1. Shout out to them. Also want to say a quick shout out to Alpine House 2 for sponsoring another episode of the podcast. That's at Alpine House 2 on Instagram. Send them a DM. Tell them Rita Detox sent you. They'll set you up.
Nice.
And with all that stuff out of the way, this has been the 263rd episode.